Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know me, I of course am the FPL train, but on this channel all we talk is fantasy football. And in today's video I'm going to be revealing my team selection for game week 17, where I've got a very good idea on what I'm going to be doing for this game week coming up. I only got one free transfer and I know exactly what I want to do with it, providing, you know, all things go to plan. But before that, of course, let's look back on game week 16 and talk about how my team got on. So overall, you can see it right there. I scored 51 points overall, which, to be fair, it's not the worst score in the world, but it did come away with, well, I did come away with a red arrow overall. Only just, though. It was literally just a tiny one. But, you know, I could have had better weekends, put it that way. So, 51 points, like I said. So, let's talk about the goalkeeper first. So, Martinez, yet again, no clean sheet, which is a bit annoying because it was looking good for Aston Villa. They're 1-0 up, right up towards the end of the game, and right at the end, they only let 2 goals in. Bear in mind, the guy's pulled off a worldy save. He still doesn't get a save point for that alone. He should have had 3 points for that save alone, but he didn't, and he just came with 2 points. It was looking good for a clean sheet, and then, you know, Aston Villa just choked right at the end. It was a bit frustrating, to be honest. So no clean sheet for him. I was kind of hoping that game was going to be 0-0, but nope, no clean sheet again. And then, you know, defence-wise, I brought Colwell in this week, so I said I was going to make 2 transfers. It was going to be Colwell for sure, and I was debating whether to bring Kwanzaa in. I was waiting to find out if he was going to start for Liverpool. The news wasn't good. I mean, there's a lot of reports saying that he probably isn't going to start. If I'm being, well, that's what they were saying. If we're being honest, he's probably not going to start. So I thought, I'm not going to waste a Liverpool asset that's not going to play. So I brought Charlie Taylor, who doesn't play anyway, but he's less likely to go down in price, whereas Kwanzaa could quite easily go down in price yet again. So those are the 2 changes I made, and the Colwell one was working out a real treat. And then, just like Martinez, Chelsea conceded right at the end. This time theirs was even later. I think Brentford scored in like the 90th minute. So instead of having 12 points between those 2 players, I've ended up with 4 points there. So that's frustrating. I've lost out on 8 points there on both of them in total, so that's frustrating. But hey ho, look at that from Lewis Hall. Absolutely smashed it. Kind of wish he was my captain now for this game week, obviously. 2 assists, clean sheet. I mean, they actually battered Leicester. Buzzing that he got the 15 points there. Definitely, you know, really happy with that. I mean, he's skyrocketed his price since as well. It's like 4.8 now, which is crazy. I think I bought him like 4.4. Might have been 4.3 actually. But yeah, 15 points. Absolutely buzzing about that. He's probably saved my week, if I'm being honest. I know I got a red arrow, but it was literally a tiny red arrow. So if he didn't get those points, I probably would have got quite a big red arrow. So really happy with him. Delay, I mean, just 2 points was against Man City, to be fair. I mean, as soon as City scored towards the start of the game, I was a bit worried this could be a slaughter match. It wasn't. United obviously came away with the win, but only got 2 points. But I'll tell you that because I did think he was going to get 0, in all honesty. And obviously Lewis was suspended. That's why he didn't play. Midfield-wise, so obviously Smith Rowe was going to be on my bench. There was no way I was going to start against Liverpool. Although Fulham actually nearly beat Liverpool in all fairness. But Smith Rowe didn't even start anyway. So it was the right decision to put him on the bench. So that meant Bowen obviously started for me. Oh my God, I'm going to be honest, I was pissed off in this game. So Bournemouth, West Ham. West Ham get a penalty right towards the end and Paqueta takes it, which really annoyed me. Why can't he be suspended for gambling? Why couldn't he have been suspended for gambling? Because Bowen would have took that penalty and scored it, and I could have been buzzing and got a green arrow. But no, wasn't the case. Bowen didn't take the penalty, and that meant he only came away with 2 points overall, which was really annoying. Cole Palmer only got the 3 points. I was kind of, you know, I weren't too sure. This game could have gone either way. It could have been goalless draw. It was a tight game. It ended up being a tight game. He did score 2 goals, Chelsea, but he didn't get a goal or an assist, which is always surprising when he's not involved. So only got the 3 points for Palmer there. Rodgers also got another blank. It was a tough game against Forest. Forest actually smashed it this season. I think they're like 4th in the league. So it was a difficult game for him, but yeah, that was disappointing. And then Mo Salah only came away with 5 points, but he was my captain, so he got 10 in the end. He only came away with just the 1 assist, which was a bit disappointing, but at least he got a return, I guess. Would have been nice to have had a goal, but it wasn't the case, so he only got 10. And then my strikers, so a bit mental really. Cunha came away with 9 points. Now, if you watch the Wolves game, honestly, it kicked off after Ipswich scored right at the end. So what was it? Nori got sent off after the match. How the hell Cunha didn't get sent off as well, I don't know what he did with that coach of Ipswich. He hasn't, and it looks like as well he might not be suspended for the Leicester game as well, which is even better. So not only did he not get even a yellow card, he's actually got obviously the goal, and he came away with all 3 bonus points, which is kind of mental. So definitely taking those 9 points there. Really happy with that. Pedro, I mean, João Pedro, another blank. He's really been disappointing, if I'm being honest. Obviously, Bournemouth, I brought him in because they had that great run of fixtures. It's coming towards the end, and he's been really shocking, if I'm being honest. So, another blank then. Haaland, again, another blank. I mean, barely touched the ball in the Derby game. No surprise, really. Not the fact, because it's against Man United. It's because Man City have been that bad. I'm really regretting not selling him several game weeks ago. I should have sold him about 5 game weeks ago and brought in Saka. I haven't, and it's probably really affected me. That's why I'm still not broke into the top 1 million. But overall then, 51 points, just a slight red arrow. Hopefully better things come in game week 17. So then on to my team selection then for game week 17. Like I said before, I have just one free transfer. I don't have any money in the bank as well, which is probably a first this season, so it's a bit strange to see that. But yeah, just one free transfer. So we'll go through then goalkeeper wise and defenders you can see there. So obviously Martinez, my only goalkeeper I've got. He's got Man City home. Do I expect a clean sheet? Do I, Al? You know what, I'd rather Haaland score a hat-trick at this point, just purely based on the fact that it feels like everyone's selling Haaland, but obviously maybe Martinez would be the better option because I'm pretty sure he's a lot less owned than Haaland. But either way, a clean sheet would be nice, or a goal from Haaland. But I mean, spoiler alert, Haaland's going to be starting for me. Anyway, but yeah, Martinez, obviously, tough game for him. Do I expect a clean sheet? I mean, Aston Villa just don't seem to be able to keep clean sheets this season, so doubtful there. With my back 3 then, it's going to be the same back 3 that I had for game week 16, and these fixtures look pretty decent, so that means all 3 of them are going to concede. So starting off to low, he's got Bournemouth at home, so to be fair, that is going to be a tough fixture, and I won't be surprised if Bournemouth win it, the way Bournemouth are playing, because Bournemouth are like 5th or 6th in the league at the minute. They're absolutely flying themselves. So yeah, it's going to be a tough game for United. I would take a 1-0 win if I was United. And I mean, I'll take it just purely basically he'll get the clean sheet and the bonus, well, not the bonus points, but the clean sheet points anyway. So out of the 3, he's definitely got the tougher fixture. Obviously, Lewis is on my bench. I could bring him in, but I mean, I don't even know if he'll start at the minute. 'Cause Man City are dreadful. Obviously, Taylor don't play. But Lewis Hall, for sure, is going to be starting. He's got Ipswich away. Tough game, to be fair, though. Ipswich, I mean, as bad as they are, they do seem to be playing all right at the same time. Hopefully they struggle to score and, Newcastle get that clean sheet. Tough game though, the fact that it's away from home. I'm not that confident. And Colwell's got Everton away. I kind of confident, but I don't know why, but Everton always seems to be able to score against Chelsea, which is a bit frustrating really, but I'm hoping that Chelsea get a clean sheet here, because I could really do that. Although quite a few people do have Colwell these days, but needless to say, I need a clean sheet. It'd be great if all 4 of these guys really, but I'll take 3 clean sheets, but I have a feeling I'll be very lucky to get just the 1. With my midfielders then, I made a slight change into the last game week, and that is I've brought Smith Rowe into my starting lineup and I've moved Rodgers onto my bench. Rodgers has got obviously Man City at home. I'm not confident, although they are leaking goals, that he's going to do that well. And compared to the other guys, I think he's got the tougher fixture out of all 5 of them. So that means Smith Rowe does come into my team. Why is that? Well, of course, he's got Southampton at home. It feels like a no-brainer. Although they have sacked the manager, I expect them to, react to that. The fact that it's been played at Craven Cottage fills me with a bit more hope, really, of having Smith Rowe in my team. And, if you're a gambling man, I definitely would go for him as captain. I'm definitely not a gambling man right now, so he's not going to be my captain. But, he's worth a shout for captaincy because Southampton at home is the easiest fixture on the calendar. So, yeah, hopefully he smashes it in this game week. Salah's away at Spurs. I mean, I could have Salah as captain in all fairness because they literally leaking goals all the time. I mean, you watched the game last night. It was absolutely mental. I mean, Fraser Foster, or Forster should I say, he did not want to go through into Carabao Cup from the looks of it. It's just giving the ball to United. It was insane. So, yeah, I could see Salah scoring a hat-trick in this game in all fairness, but I've just not got the bottle yet again to have him as captain because Palmer, on the other hand, has got Everton away, and I'd rather play Everton away than Spurs away. Although both of them, it's a really tough one because Ange just doesn't bother defending. And obviously Sean Dyche is known for defending. So it's a bit stupid probably saying I'm going to have Palmer as captain. But that's the guy I'm currently leaning on going into this game week. And I probably will stick with that in all fairness. And then Bowen, he's got Bournemouth and Brighton at home. Not the easiest fixture, but Brighton, a bit like, Spurs in a way. They do keep conceding goals, really. They don't really care about defending. So hopefully Bowen can score because I've only got him for 2 more game weeks before I sell him. So hopefully, well, that's my plan anyway. Hopefully Bowen can smash it against Brighton because obviously he's the striker with Antonio currently out for a long time. I mean, Falkirk could obviously start, but I wouldn't be surprised if I see Bowen up top. But hopefully this time he gets a goal. And so then that leads me onto my front 3, and it's the same front 3 as it was in game week 16 with Cunha. Thankfully, so far, anyway, he is not being suspended by the FA or anybody for his actions against Ipswich. I mean, I've been worried all week because this game week I really could do with Cunha. I mean, after that, I will be looking to sell him. I mean, Man United, I could obviously have him for that fixture in game week 18 and Boxing Day. But after that, I mean, Cunha's going to be sold from a team. So I really needed him for like one last hurrah really against Leicester. So thankfully, so far, it looks like he is going to start. If he doesn't, I'll be a bit buggered. But it looks like now he definitely will be starting, or playing anyway, against Leicester. Pedro's got West Ham away. I mean, tough fixture to be fair, but I don't know what to make of West Ham because I don't like the manager. But yeah, and the way Brighton, Pedro playing ain't great, especially Pedro himself. So he's somebody ideally I would like to sell if I'm being honest, but again he's a bit like Cunha really. I feel like I've got 2 more game weeks with him before I might just sell him because he's got Villa and Arsenal after game week 18, so hopefully he scores really in these next 2 games because he's coming out as a real big failure for me. And then Erling Haaland's got Aston Villa away. I mean, I want to sell Haaland, I'm not going to lie, but there's a few things that I've got right now, so going on I've just mentioned as well, but the fact that he's got Aston Villa, it's a tough game, but Aston Villa can't keep clean sheets, so I'm hoping he scores then. And then after that he's got Everton, Leicester, West Ham, so I can't really sell him because he's got good fixtures afterwards, so I'll probably regret it if I did. So I'm keeping Haaland in my team for now. Aston Villa away, tough fixture at Villa Park. Will he score? I mean, Villa keep conceding, so you just never know, but he won't be my captain, that is for sure. So that is how my team is looking then for game week 17. So you will notice I haven't made a transfer in this game week. I am looking to roll the transfer. I was a bit worried if Cunha was going to get suspended, I'd have to be forced to make the transfer. It looks like that's not going to happen, so he's going to be playing. So I will roll the transfer because my plans are really, I need to, I mean, depending how Wolves do in this game week and how Man United do, if Man United get battered against Bournemouth, I will look to keep Cunha for game week 18. But if Man United do well, Cunha, I mean, it doesn't really matter what he does in game week 17. But if Man United do well in game week 17, I will be looking to sell Cunha because his fixtures are going to be terrible after this game week we've got coming up. So he's somebody I've got on my chopping block to come. Pedro is also somebody, like I mentioned, I'd like to sell soon rather than later. And then Bowen for West Ham. He's another player. So game week 18 will be my last time with him. So, I mean, if I'm being honest, so one free transfer I've got. So I'm not going to use it, obviously. So game week 18, I'll have 2 3 transfers. And, I mean, I'm going to say now, I probably will roll that transfer as well for where it's looking, because game week 19, realistically, I want to be selling Bowen, Pedro and Cunha just because their fixtures all turn pretty much at the same time. And obviously, you know, I've got money in Bowen, whereas the other two are cheaper assets, to be fair. Ideally, I'd absolutely love to be having Nicholas Jackson in my team, but I just can't get him in at the minute. The sensible decision would be to take Bowen out and get a cheap midfielder in and swap him for Cunha, but again, I could do that in game week 18, but there's no way I'm going to get rid of Bowen in game week 18 when he's got Southampton away. So it's realistically, it's going to be game week 19 earliest I could get somebody in like Jackson. And Jackson then will have Ipswich away, which is obviously a great fixture to have. And even then, the fixtures aren't too bad after that, but Chelsea's best run is now, so I'll probably miss out on Chelsea's best fixtures for him. But yeah, that's basically what I'm thinking anyway. So game week 19 is probably when I'll make next, or hopefully next make a transfer, because then I'll have 3 transfers that game week and I can get rid of those players. So yeah, those are my plans. So I mean, is there any point doing a team selection for game week 18? You know? But yeah, those are my plans then going forward. So obviously it's going to be a hectic Christmas. So good luck to everybody during the Christmas period. Merry Christmas to everybody. Thank you so much for watching as well this video, and please do not forget to like this video. Even if you don't like it, just like it anyway. You know, you don't see like videos anyway, do you? And also do not forget to subscribe. That will be really helpful as well. And yeah, and I'll see you all on the next one.